Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon and one of the world's richest men, has married the former journalist Lauren Sanchez in Venice.
For most of us, when we plan a party, we work with a budget. So if we spend money on A, we can't spend money on B. You know the saying, you can't have everything. Imagine that saying did not exist to you. You have all the money in the world. The world is literally your oysters. That is Jeff Bezos. He does not need to imagine that because he has all the money in the world. The man can buy Walt Disney and still be like, I got $1 billion left, it's fine. He could buy Mickey Mouse. He's married to Lauren Sanchez Bezos now, so I'll call them the Bezos. This is both his and her second wedding. This wedding happened after he became a billionaire, so it's only logical for it to be big, luxurious. Big. In this video, let's talk a little bit about the wedding and then we will talk about how unrelatable it is. And I'm not just talking about the money. The truly unrelatable part comes down to the things that they have to worry about that we don't have to worry about. Now, let's talk about the setup. What, where, how much. If I remember correctly, they got engaged a few years ago on their huge yacht, Koru, named Koru. It means new beginning. Just a few days ago, they got married in Venice. They were not just getting married, oh my god, in a hall, in a church, in a private villa. They were in Venice. If they decide to get married in your city, they're technically renting it. The man is one of the richest human in this world. Lauren Sanchez Bezos had been in the industry for a really long time, so it makes them for them to attract a lot of attention and know a lot of important people. That translates into 95 private jets coming into Venice, 200 people on the guest list. Guests include Kardashian-Jenner clan, Oprah, Ivanka Trump, Leonardo DiCaprio, and oh wait, let me just invite my other billionaire friend, the Bill Gates. And with them comes security, crews, press, influences. Some of the locals are not happy about this because they feel like their city was being transformed into a playground for billionaires. No space for Bezos wanted to fill the rivers with inflatable crocodiles so their guests could not pass. I love that idea. It's so cute and effective because the Bezos did change their venue. We'll get to that later. Tourism is always good for the country until it becomes overcrowded. It's bad for the residents. Venice does have that problem right now. It's peak season. People are traveling to Venice not just for the Bezos wedding, they're also going there for a holiday. However, the Minister of Tourism does not share the same sentiment as the locals because the Bezos are going to bring in some business. They were reserving water taxis, hotels, vendors, activities for their guests. We need to abandon the controversies and focus on opportunities. This is not just a private event, but a concrete driving force for the entire sector. Venice has all it takes to transform it into an opportunity for relaunch and promotion. Imagine your wedding being the concrete driving force for the entire sector. That is crazy. That's the most insane thing I've read this week because the world is so shocking, to be honest. Venice, Italy can expect to get 1.1 billion from this 3-day Bezos wedding. This wedding can provide a boost of almost 60% of the city's annual tourism turnover. Girl. So basically, Daniela was like, girl, shut up and get your bread. Bezos are not the first to get married in Venice. I suppose it's quite a popular spot for a destination wedding. I am going to butcher his name, so I'm not going to say his name. Salma Hayek's husband and Salma Hayek got married there as well. George and Amal Clooney got married in Venice too. But I don't think that they were concrete driving force for the entire sector. I mean, like, Salma Hayek's husband is only like a teeny bitty billionaire. But do you want to know something very crazy? I believe Bezos' wedding planner is the same planner for Salma Hayek's or Clooney's wedding. You go ahead, Google Bezos' wedding planner, go to their website. There's no photo, there's no way for you to know who they have worked with unless the media reports it. They say, established in 2000s, we have worked on every continent and are responsible for masterminding the world's most exclusive, private, spectacular parties. Discretion is paramount to us. Girl, You sound like you know something. What do you know? So the Bezos did try to tell their party planner to support local, and they did that overwhelmingly, reported by CNN. Take that what you will. Anyway, this wedding itself cost up to 55 million. Ask Google how much it would cost to bring all the guests. Tells me 10 million. For them, for the Bezos, this is like loose change. This is lunch money. Lauren told Stefano Gabbana she wants to do a very classic and elegant wedding. She didn't want to do something very flashing or bling bling. I think the dress is free because publicity, maybe they'll put this in Dolce's archive. I think, okay. But in my small little humble world, I believe a city takeover is pretty bling bling. It's also very, very unrelatable. So let's get into the three things that we talked about. First, the guest list is power. For most of us, if we get married, it's about inviting friends and family. The more resorts one has, the more unfamiliar faces that you will see in the wedding or party. For the Bezos, it's more than friends and family. It's about business, relationship. But let's pause right here. I want to ask you something. How much money do you think you need to have before you stop caring about power? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. For me, the dream is always to achieve financial freedom and chill. If I'm at a coffee shop, someone comes up to me and be like, "You stink, you so ugly," I'll be fine. I would not cry. But right now, catch me on a bad day, I might just cry because I am fragile. Anyway, for most of us, I believe if we achieve financial freedom, then we're good. I think for the ultra rich, is different. Power is a level above money, and power is infinite. Like there's only so much money you can get in this world before. Once you get all the money in the world, power, you can always have everything. The chase never stops. Why I say this is because remember Blue Origin? I think the trend at one point was for billionaires to send something or someone to space. They come back in 15 minutes and they're like, "Oh my god, we are all the same. We're so connected." And then they talk about this with their friends over dim sum, you know? And speaking of Blue Origin, you know something blue, something borrowed? Lauren Sanchez Bezos, something blue is a secret thing she brought up to space. Maybe I read the article wrong, but you can't just say it's a secret thing, because right now my brain is going crazy. I'm thinking about a lot of things. I'll say water bottle cap. Tell me what you think. Now let's go back to guest list equals power. Besides friends and family, the Bezos has invited some of the top players in their own industries. Oprah is so influential. Anything she approves, people buy.
That's lovely. This is fun. Put this in my bag. It's time for favorite thing.
Bill Gates, you have a Windows like in your phone, in your laptop, all of that. He made that. Leonardo DiCaprio. Have you seen Titanic? If you have not, have you seen Wolf of Wall Street? If not, how old are you? 25? Ivanka Trump. Political dynasty, right? Who in this world can bring these people together? For someone to bring them together, they will have to be so powerful and important that these people make the time and effort to be there, to be seen by the public together, for their relationship to be shown to the world. This is business. This is a networking opportunity. If you want to be in the circle, this is the perfect time to get involved. It's more than free food. Second thing, the security is important. You know, the Bezos were out and about in Venice. This is their new beginning. This is an important event with a lot of important people. The event planner and the police probably had to make sure wherever they and their guests go, they have to be safe. There are no threats, there are no protesters, there are no bad things happening on those 3 days. Just now we talked about the Bezos changing their venue. They were supposed to have their wedding in City Central, if I'm not wrong. I'll say the name here. But after the protesters said that they would fill the rivers with inflatable crocodiles, they changed their venue to somewhere more secluded. Can I say that? At least accessible to protesters and outsiders, paparazzis. When you plan a party, you probably don't have to worry about where your guests are arriving. How's the traffic going to be like? Who are they going to be around? Is there going to be police? Victoria, you're going to be fine.
look so poor today. Why?
You probably just have to make sure that there's enough parkings for all your guests and Victoria. For the Bezos, it's not just any parking that you have to worry about. You have to make sure that there are enough river taxis, there's enough hotel rooms, and basically you have to plan the entire route from the moment your guests land from their private jets to the hotel, to any other activities, and then to the wedding. Maybe I've watched too many movies. I've never been to Venice. I wonder if they did check the rivers in Venice, you know, if there were any diving teams, because
Questi vedrà, buco grosso come una casa. Sono andati via.
I don't know. NDAs. With all those important people in the same room, you probably don't want some of the conversations, some of the things said and done out and about in the world. These are the things that I could think of. In our normal party, if you tell someone, hey, don't tell anyone, here's what I know. The next thing you know, you are hearing, don't tell them that I tell you, but here's what happened. Finally, the narrative is important. With the yacht name to this wedding, the Bezos are writing the story together. Do you remember when Mackenzie and Bezos got divorced? The whole internet was unhappy about Jeff Bezos seeing Lauren Sanchez before his divorce was finalized. It looked like they both got divorced to be with each other. Mackenzie was there when Bezos had nothing, and this is how he treats her. To be honest, it looks very messy from the outside, but we don't know what happened inside. Maybe Mackenzie already knew about their relationship, maybe she didn't. For what it's worth, Mackenzie is a philanthropist. That sounds posh. And she's doing her own thing. I'm happy for her. As for the Bezos, I think this is their chance to rewrite their narrative, to overcome the scandals and the gossip nobody wants the title of. They cheated to be with each other. It's PR, it's branding. From proposing on a yacht named New Beginning to wearing an Hermes scarf that says, I think, bride to be or something. This is storybook like. This is as romantic as it can be. I believe this wedding is as classy, as intimate, as not bling bling as it can be for two super high profile people. Some people don't enjoy the spotlight, some people do. It's okay for the Bezos want to be on the public's good side, but desperate is never a good look, right? However, I'm getting a vibe all the way from Venice or wherever they are. I think the Bezos sort of want the attention, just a little bit. And it's not a bad thing. It's only human that you want others to see you at your best. One thing that you will see online over and over again is people getting mad over how luxurious and how unnecessarily huge this wedding is. People saying they should not be spending this much money on a wedding. They should be spending this money for a better cause. Let me ask you something. Do you think they give a I'm just kidding. They don't care about us. The question that I meant to ask is, do you think that the richer you get, the more good you are obligated to do for the world? A lot of the time, people get rich by putting certain people at disadvantage, intentionally or unintentionally. I don't know, I'm not trying to get sued. But we don't have a say in how someone should spend their money. But you let me know what you think. Also, I feel like when you are in a certain environment, you just think differently according to your environment. If all your friends fly private, that's your norm. If your friends drop 100K on a party, that's your reality of how parties are like. If your friends go to Turks and Caicos every weekend, that is your weekend. Let's go back to the environment and thinking, right? To people within this circle, their behaviors, their thinking is very relatable. To us, the outsider is sort of crazy. It's very insane. Imagine concrete driving force for the entire sector. Girl, this conversation can go on forever and ever. You let me know what you think. We will continue this conversation down in the comments below. I'll catch you there.